Hello friends! In today's program we're going to watch a documentary about a Spanish student in the United Kingdom.
Perhaps you won't understand all the words, but don't worry.
No importa que no entendáis todas las palabras, lo importante es comprender el sentido general y acostumbrarse a escuchar inglés.
Sarah and I are here to help you.
Before watching the documentary, we'll explain the meaning of some new words.
Además de explicar el significado de algunas palabras que todavía no hayan aparecido en el curso y que tengan cierta importancia para comprender el documental, os haremos unas cuantas preguntas.
Con objeto de centrar vuestra atención en lo más importante del documental.
In today's documentary, there's a Scottish word, Ceilidh, ¿sí? Así es como llaman a las fiestas típicamente escocesas. Ceilidh.
Y ahora prestad atención a las preguntas que tendréis que contestar. Where's Nuria? ¿Dónde está Nuria?
What problem did she have at the beginning? ¿Qué problema tenía al principio?
Y por último, ¿qué estrategias, de las que vamos a nombrar a continuación, usa Nuria para aprender inglés en el Reino Unido?
Studying at home regularly.
Estudiar en casa asiduamente.
Reading newspapers.
Leer periódicos.
Reading magazines.
Leer revistas.
Listening to the radio.
Escuchar la radio.
Watching television.
Ver la televisión.
Or going to the theater.
O ir al teatro.
Now pay attention. We're going to watch the documentary. Edinburgh, a wonderful city for tourists and the perfect place for students of English. This is Nuria Lopez. She's 23, Spanish. In 1991, she came to Edinburgh because she's got some family here. She is studying tourism and English. She's one of the many Spanish students who decided to learn English in the United Kingdom. Nowadays, English is necessary to get a job.
When I was younger, I wasn't very interested in English, but about 3 years ago, I did a course on tourism in Spain, and I had to do a 3-month work experience in a hotel. So it was there when I realized that English was very important for my professional life. So I decided I had to come here to learn English.
As any student, Nuria had problems at the beginning. It was difficult to understand British people, but after a time, that was no problem.
Cultural and all sorts of things, okay, so it's B, but what do they want? What did you fit them out with? Here, look, that's what we are doing, right? What else?
Campings with the tents or caravans.
Yes. Well, I don't know, I don't think so. If you think how much it costs, you know, in a B&B, £15.90 a night. Right.
It's important to find a good school to learn English. But what you learn at school is not enough. You have to learn many things by yourself.
Well, when I arrived here, my level wasn't very good, so it was difficult to understand people. I used to carry a pocket dictionary with me and also read English newspapers, watch television, listen to the radio. It's very useful as well, and read children's books. It's because I think they are quite easy to understand.
Nuria understood that the best way to learn a language is talking to people. At the school where she studies, there are many young people from different countries learning English. Using English in the group is one way of helping each other learn English, and it is also more interesting. But Nuria has also lots of friends outside school.
very important to get to know English people, and you can do so by going to parties, taking part in college activities, going to pubs, going to the cinema, for example, and also going to Ceilis, which are the typical Scottish parties.
If you study in a foreign country, you can get to know a very different culture. Núria sometimes goes to a club in the centre of Edinburgh where you can dance typical Scottish dances. So she learns and enjoys herself at the same time. There are people who do not speak English because they think they'll make mistakes. This is not good strategy.
No, I think it's a very bad strategy, because to learn a language you have to speak it. It doesn't matter if you make mistakes, because you learn from mistakes.
The local pub is a useful place for the students of English. Núria often comes here to talk with her friends. They help her to learn new words. A conversation over a pint of beer can be a good learning strategy. Obviously, there are others.
Some strategies are, for example, speaking in English whenever you can, watching television, listening to the radio, reading newspapers and books, and maybe listening to English songs you like and trying to understand the words. Of course, these techniques are general, and depending on the person, some will work better than others.
Learning English in Great Britain means you're completely surrounded by English. It is important to keep your eyes and ears open, as Núria does. This is the way to use your time effectively.
So as you can see, learning English is not so difficult. Here I am. So remember, work hard and go ahead.
How did it go?
Let's have a look at the answers. The first question was very easy. Where's Núria?
Listen to the answer.
In 1991, she came to Edinburgh.
So the answer is in Edinburgh.
The second question was, what problem did she have at the beginning?
Listen to the answer.
It was difficult to understand people.
So the answer is, it was difficult to understand people.
And the third question was, which of the following learning strategies does Núria mention? Studying at home regularly, reading newspapers, reading magazines, listening to the radio, watching television, or going to the theatre. Listen to the answer.
Read English newspapers, watch TV, television, listen to the radio.
Reading newspapers, watching television, listening to the radio.
Finally, remember Núria's last piece of advice. Work hard and go ahead.
And now, let's watch the Play It Again.
Look, there's a student of Spanish. Let's have a look.
Be quiet, Sarah. He's trying to study.
You see, I think he needs advice on how to become a better learner of Spanish.
Excuse me. You should read Spanish books and newspapers.
Yes, you have to learn vocabulary.
If you don't understand a word, you should use a dictionary.
And you need to use the language every day.
You have to listen to Spanish cassettes as much as possible.
And you should learn the grammar and the rules of pronunciation.
You should find someone who can speak Spanish. Like us, Gary and I are Spanish.
The best way to learn Spanish is speaking it.
And you mustn't be afraid to make mistakes.
Good advice.
Say that in Spanish. Come on. Sarah and I are Spanish. You have to practice the language whenever you can.
Come on, say it in Spanish. Don't be afraid to make mistakes.
No tengáis miedo de meter la pata.
You see, it's not so difficult. You can speak Spanish.
Lo sé, soy el profesor de español.
Vamos a ver si nuestros amigos son más hábiles y no meten la pata cuando intenten dar los consejos al estudiante en inglés.
Sí, porque vamos a volver a pasar el sketch, pero esta vez mi personaje quedará mudo y vosotros desde vuestra casa tendréis que hacer mi papel, en este caso, dando consejos al estudiante de español.
Y para que no tengáis que recordar el sketch de memoria, veréis las palabras clave en pantalla.
Y luego oiréis al personaje decir la frase correspondiente.
You should read Spanish books and newspapers.
Yes. You have to learn vocabulary.
If you don't understand a word, you should use a dictionary.
And you need to use the language every day.
You have to listen to Spanish cassettes.
Estamos llegando al final de la unidad, pero antes de despedirnos vamos a hacer un repaso del aprendido esta semana.
In this unit, we have spoken about the strategies a good learner of English should follow.
Reading books and magazines in English.
Carrying a dictionary to look up new words. A pocket dictionary, of course.
Listening to English as much as possible.
Studying regularly.
Speaking English whenever you can.
And this is the end of today's program.
And we have to say goodbye.
Yes, but before that, I'd like to give you some details about me. I'm single. I'm 34 years old. And
There's no time for that, Gary.
I promise to reply to all your letters. My address is...
See you in the next program of That's English.
I was only trying to give them a chance to practice English.
You're representing us on that stuff.